All right, time now for our topic. Spoilers from here on out for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So if you have not seen the movie yet, definitely click pause, bookmark us, or however you do it, and go run to the theater and go see this movie. Now, where we last left, such iconic new characters such as
Susie.
Well, they're joined by more iconic characters like
Billy.
Well, this is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom spoilers. What do you guys think?
Alan. I saw a movie today.
Yeah, we did. This is the second time I saw this movie.
Yeah?
Second time for me as well.
Yeah.
Sparkz?
I have also seen it twice.
Okay, good.
Are you guys happy you all saw it twice?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
here's the thing. I was quick to jump.
I needed a second viewing, or I wasn't going to be sure how I felt.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Well, I joke, but where we last left these characters. What
are their names?
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
care.
you do. You said it earlier.
It's Owen Grady and Claire Dearing.
You know it!
I hate that I know it. Bryce Dallas Howard plays Claire Dearing, and Chris Pratt plays Manly McManderson. Owen Grady. They, Jurassic World had been closed down, and now we find Maserati in complete disarray. They're not even in the movie. But there's
because he was eaten.
the company.
Oh.
The volcano on Isla Nublar. The volcano on Isla Nublar is exploding.
They didn't know about before.
Well, they did say it was inactive and freshly active, recently inactive. Like they knew it was a volcano, but it was not active, and now it's active.
Yeah, there were 5 islands that they could have picked from to build a park on, and they picked the one with an inactive volcano.
Guys, I just feel like people know these things. When they spend billions of dollars, they would know if a couple years later a volcano would erupt. I feel like they would know that. But I don't write movie scripts, so whatever.
Wow, that was really low.
I did that on purpose.
Yes. Look, anyway, so the volcano is erupting, and Claire wants to get these animals off the island.
Noble,
noble cause.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm does not want this to happen. He thinks that his brief appearance, he wants these animals to be destroyed by the volcano, wipe away our hubris. Essentially, is what he's saying.
I wonder why.
It's very much like his character. Like he never wanted it.
Yeah.
It is.
What was that line in Jurassic Park 1? You package it, you sold it, you put it on a lunchbox, and now you're selling it. As I hit the table.
Marketing.
So we lead into Lockwood, who is a former business partner of John Hammond. Richard Hammond almost said. John Hammond, who we've never heard about, and he wants to get the animals off the island. They can save 11 species, but oh no, his ward, maybe the man who does something with his money.
The guy, he said, like he entrusted his fortune.
Sure, that's the thing. I guess rich people.
He's like
do.
Maserati to Hammond, basically. I think.
I don't think so.
No, he said he entrusted me the fortune, so I'm going to make you all the money.
No, but like Hammond didn't. Maserati wasn't working for Hammond.
No, I know. But never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think this is.
But Maserati was like, Hammond entrusted me with all his resources, his money, and everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he may be a bad guy. Spoiler alert: he is.
Hey guys, I knew he was a bad guy the second I saw his face. I was not surprised by anything in this movie.
Rafe Spall, son of Timothy Spall, Wormtail from Harry Potter and
Looks
the
like a
Prisoner of
Wormtail.
Azkaban. Yeah. So let's get some initial thoughts. What do we all think about this film?
I'm not going first. I always go first.
All right, Ben.
I don't hate it.
Okay. Sparkz.
I think it's a bad script with ambitious ideas done by a really good director.
Ryan.
I agree with 100% everything you said, Sparkz. I think there's magnificent stuff in here. I think it's held back by a real shitty script.
Yes, I think the general public, just in general, thinks the Book of Henry is starting to realize that Colin Trevorrow is not a good writer.
We don't have the time to how much I don't like Colin Trevorrow. Like the last couple of months, it's like I've learned more and more about him, and especially after watching the Book of Henry, I'm just like, I don't want him to touch any movie ever. I
want to share the quote that I've shared with you with our audience. I was watching the behind the scenes for Jurassic World because I watched all 4 films this week,
including 3.
Including 3.
I'm sorry.
The 3 is much worse than I remember.
I was expecting you to say something like
because they made a comedy. I also rewatched 3 recently, and I'm like, why is this a comedy?
Why am I laughing?
Why is there an attempt at a joke every 3 minutes?
That Spinosaurus looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Alan. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So Colin Trevorrow
Yes.
did an interview for Jurassic World Behind the Scenes, and he says, and he's talking to someone. I think it was actually Chris Pratt, where he was like, I wanted Jurassic World to feel like, wanted everyone in Jurassic World to feel like I did when I was a kid watching Jurassic Park, and I wanted to infuse that childlike wonder into this film, which is why no adult talks like adults in this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a horrible thing to say. And then I was watching Jurassic World, and I'm like, oh yeah. The dialogue in this is horrendous. Nobody talks like normal people.
Kids love it because it's easy for them to understand.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Right.
But Jurassic World. So where do we rank all? Let's rank the first 4 films before, and then at the end we'll rank the all 5. So before 5 comes out, where do you have the ranking, Ben?
1, Lost World, and 3.
All right.
Yeah, by default, it's that. Yeah.
By default.
By default.
No, yeah,
so.
because three sucks. 2, I haven't seen in a while, but it's fine. And then Jurassic World's fine.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Sparkz?
I only like one real Jurassic Park movie, guys. Sorry.
Sparkz?
Jurassic Park, Lost World, and then I guess World, and then 3.
Yeah, I guess we're all on the same
The
page.
default setting, essentially.
Because here's the thing. I know you don't like Lost World, or the.
It has been a while since I've seen it.
I love the Lost World.
Yeah.
I watched Jurassic.
I'm gonna change Ryan's opinion. We'll get to it.
All right,
awesome.
I watched Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World because I haven't seen a lot of these films in a long time. And yeah, I stick to that. It is definitely 1, 2, 4, 3. So let's get into this film. It's kind of bad.
Man, I got to tell you, like,
It's like kind of bad and kind of not, but also yes, but also no.
it's like, man.
You know what? I know you might be joking, but
I'm not. I'm
No, that's
serious.
right.
that is absolutely correct.
There are some great kernels of awesomeness. There are kernels of WTF, and there are also
There's good ideas presented in this film and the first one.
But there's a lot of things in this movie that they completely gloss over. It's like, no, explain that shit. What the hell?
I want to jump on the number one thing that disappointed me that I thought, oh man, this will make me love this movie if it is doing what I think it's doing. Because I didn't think they would go here. This would be such a surprise. And they didn't. So when James Cromwell showed up as Lockwood, I thought, oh my goodness, this is going to be Bad Hammond from the books.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I thought that immediately.
That's what I thought. I was like, we're getting Bad Hammond now. And I'm like, this will be amazing. Nope, that's not what happened. That wasn't
And then
explored
his
at all.
shit-eating grin, like, lawyer man shows up. I'm like, oh, you're the bad guy, and you're actually a good. And Lockwood's awesome. Ugh.
And
I'm gonna sell these animals and make millions. Wahaha.
Zola's in this movie.
Arnim Zola. His name's Toby Jones.
Toby Jones.
With
Thank you.
the worst fake teeth, the worst accent. That dude is like good in everything. This is the first bad movie I've ever seen him in.
Yeah.
Like he's so bad in this movie. I'm like, Jay Barona, like your dinosaur stuff's awesome. Your acting stuff's like, oh.
There's a lot of really good imagery. So when they get on the island, is pretty good. There's a bit.
I think his dialogue was just garbage. Sorry, I just wanted to say that before we got too far away from it.
When they get on the island, a lot of the imagery that J.A. Boyana does with the baryonyx and the tube and the lava coming down, it reveals the baryonyx. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He uses that trick a little too much. The light flashing to reveal a dinosaur. That trick happens a lot.
Yeah,
it does.
A lot, and I don't love it.
The very beginning of the movie
a little
happens,
overdone.
I want to say before we get too much into it, I hope we're all in agreement. I think that beginning sequence is awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
it totally is.
I dig it.
That beginning sequence is awesome, even though it makes no damn sense in the world.
Why doesn't it make sense? Explain.
Why do they need the DNA of the Indominus Rex specifically to make an Indoraptor when they made the Indominus Rex out of other dinosaurs that they supposedly still have the DNA of and should have the DNA file of, since they clearly had the file for the Indoraptor in the last movie? And they're just putting more raptor in it. It already had raptor in it.
Yeah, like you think they'd have a copy.
I said that when we were in the car going away. It was like, so wait, the Indominus Rex is T-Rex and Raptor and a bunch of other things, and now this one is Indominus Rex and Raptor.
It's Raptor.
which is neat as an idea if you think about like the fact that they're kind of going about it stupid, because in the behind the scenes featurette about how they did the practicals and everything, they talk about how the Indoraptor, if you look at it, has like scales and things missing because it's supposed to be diseased and malfunctioning and not working right because they made it out of an Indominus Rex and more raptor. And it's like, this is not a DNA.
Almost
this doesn't
like
work.
Yeah, like inbreeding.
You didn't
messing
do it
up.
right. Yeah, exactly. And
They
I'm
didn't
like,
come
if
across that way.
Right, but if that had been explored, that would have been awesome. But instead, it's just like, we need the Indominus Rex, and I'm like, why?
And then they need blue.
to code the mother gene on or something.
Yeah.
Blue, I at least get a little bit. I don't understand why we needed the Indominus Rex at all, except for Colin Trevorrow trying to be like, look, I made that thing. Let's remember the thing I made.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Can we talk about
But yes, the opening was awesome.
Yeah. Can we talk about Henry Wu?
BD Wong.
What's his
Pick a side, man.
Not that. What is his end game plan? He is in this movie for 5 minutes. He just bitches at Batty McBatterson, and he's just like, and he just kind of like chews him out, and it's like, I need blue. How dare you not give me blue? And then he just goes, bye, movie.
I mean, I don't think this is real, but I think that if you wanted to make one, it's that he's been creating these genetic creatures for so long. He wants to make the perfect one. He just wants to make the perfect thing. He's a mad scientist. He has that quote in Jurassic World where he's like, we're not mad scientists. And I'm like, dude, you totally are. You're totally you are legit modern mad scientists. And I think he should be. I kind of want him to be absolutely out of his mind insane in the next one.
I like that. I like that wrinkle in Jurassic World. I like bringing him back and having him have created a monster. Masrani was like, I just want something scary, and he just made a monster.
Mm-hmm.
I think Henry Wu, the way that you have to look at him as a character is that he has become the literal physical embodiment of just because we could, we didn't think about if we should.
Like chaos.
He is just the physical person who represents that idea.
Sure.
He's walking chaos theory.
Right, okay. But he has no purpose in this film.
Because that's what he is. He just wants perfect creature, and the Indoraptor he thought was going to be the gateway to the perfect creature. He just needed blue. I've got a better question for you. Are Mills and Lockwood InGen, or are they not InGen? Is InGen still something else? Where is InGen? Who funds InGen?
InGen it looks like the military arm of Masrani in Jurassic World, and then because we know that Masrani bought InGen,
Yeah.
Right?
and then Dr. Wu gets flown off in an InGen copter at the end of Jurassic
By
World,
InGen, yeah.
and now
he's here.
And now he's here.
Maybe
Making the thing that they wanted him to be making, that InGen wanted him to be making in Jurassic World. Now, I'm not saying it should make sense. I'm saying this is bad writing, but I'm like, where was it? Who is InGen? When Mills showed up, I'm like, are we going to find out that this is because we've always known InGen. Is this the guy running InGen?
puts the lotion on its skin.
Well, yeah. It could be
Lockwood the one making the bad decisions? I don't know.
No, he's an old man in a bed.
Yeah,
I mean, through Jurassic Park 3, how did, why was InGen making a Spinosaurus? That idea that's never explored.
Which would have been cool.
What else were they working on this island?
So,
what has InGen been doing? Who is InGen?
So a lot of the ancillary material, the viral site, does explain why the Spinosaurus exists. Masrani was doing it before they bought InGen. They were creating dinosaurs. The idea that they wanted to present that I thought would actually come into play in the movie, which doesn't. They wanted to present in the viral marketing at least that other companies were doing dinosaurs. InGen just did it better and quicker.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
All of this is it's nice, but none of this is clear in the films.
It feels like
same thing with the Isla Sorna dinosaurs.
Yeah. I feel like Mills.
Oh, well, here's why they're not there. The Isla Sorna dinosaurs.
I know why they're not there. I'm saying it should be clearer in the movie.
It should because if you don't know this, you're just watching the movie. Why don't they just go to the Isla Sorna site, site B? But they don't.
I felt like Mills was just like a hired gun. I didn't necessarily feel.
Which one's Mills?
The main.
Batty McBatterson.
Batty McBatterson, yeah.
Batty McBatterson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The main mercenary guy.
Let's call him. Wait, mercenary guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
no. Mills is the guy with the glasses in the suit.
Oh, the guy who puts glasses on just to get beat up.
That was so stupid.
That was the dumbest scene. He put glasses on just to get
I'm
hit.
just gonna put my glasses on and then Claire's gonna break
and
them.
then has the exact same kind of pair later.
Yeah, I thought that was so stupid.
Sorry, what's the main military guy? Ted Levine. He's a guy who talks like this. He's like the mayor.
I forget the name of his character. I
Anyway,
don't remember if they ever say it in the movie, but Ted Levine.
Ted Levine, yeah. I thought.
Hey, I have a question. Who's the new characters? The paleo.
The paleo veterinarian. That's a real thing.
Zia.
Okay, who was supposed to be gay, but they cut out her thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, I
really
guess.
liked her.
I did too. I thought she was fine. I actually really.
She did not annoy me as much as Tech Guy.
Oh my god, I hated him.
Franklin.
How do you know this name?
He's good.
I remembered them.
He's good.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I actually really enjoyed Maisie, the little girl.
Yeah,
she was
I
fine.
quite enjoyed her.
Yeah.
I liked her too.
Yeah.
I didn't like the story about her, but I liked her.
Don't. Oh,
Okay,
that's
let's
my
not go
biggest-
down that rabbit hole just yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go down
yes, because
Oh,
that's my.
I think
real quick.
I think I disagree with all of you on this.
Let's talk Ted Levine, let's talk Zia, and let's talk Franklin. Those 3 new characters. Let's just do that. Ted Levine.
Yes.
I really liked a bad
Roland?
Muldoon or a bad Roland Timbo.
Yes.
Yeah. I really liked that he was the bad, and I liked Ted Levine. So he was in it the perfect amount and did the perfect amount. The one thing that I kind of wish he'd done is when he went over to the Stegosaurus and we see him take the tooth for the first time, I thought what my instinct was that he was slowing them down to be like, this was my favorite when I was a kid. And I wish he'd still done that and then taken the tooth.
that would have been rough.
Oh,
That would have been rough.
That
Yeah.
would've been cool.
no,
Right, because it would have made him like really, really unlikable.
yeah. His character was fine. I kind of got a vibe that he was going to be a dick later on. Surprise, he was. And when he goes into the cage to get the Indoraptor tooth, I'm thinking, you deserve to die at this
What a
point.
dumb.
I love the Indoraptor is basically just psychotic.
But that's Jurassic Park.
That is Jurassic Park.
Dumb,
You do
dumb people go to dumb places and
Yeah.
they get killed.
like in the first movie where the lawyer goes to the restroom and then the T-Rex kills him.
When you gotta go,
eats
you
him.
gotta go.
Hey man, exactly.
When you gotta go.
Yeah. So what do we think about
Zia and Franklin.
Zia?
I thought Zia was fine and charming. Franklin, like I wasn't like bothered. But he was there.
I like that she was just, a competent character doing her part and everything. Like when she's talking to Wu later is one of my favorite moments where she's like, yeah, it's a whole sock drawer in there because I mixed in T-Rex blood and everything. Like, I really like her spunk. I thought she brought a nice, vibrant energy to the film that no character in either of the Jurassic World films other than her has really done for me.
Yeah, she kind of reminded me of a little bit of a badass version of Laura Dern's of Ellie Sattler. Like, remember when John Hammond makes that really sexist remark and then she's like, ugh, and she just takes a shotgun and goes up? Kind of like when
She
like,
takes the walkie-talkie. Thank you.
walkie-talkie, never mind. But then she looks over to him and is like, she like takes the sedative and is like, hey, I know my shit, and also I'm not as weak as you might think. Let's go, Beefcake. Kind of like
I could have done without the nasty woman remark from
Ted Levine.
Ted Levine.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I could have done without it too because it was very
nasty
like
woman.
Colin Trevorrow wanting to play to
current politics.
topicals, and we'll talk about that in a little
Yeah.
bit later. But Zia is currently like one of my favorite main protagonists in the Jurassic World films. I latch on to her more as a character than I do to Owen or Claire.
So all of these characters, not like the military guys or anything, but all the main characters like Zia, Owen, they all kind of talk the same. They all kind of
Not like adults talk.
Yeah, they're all quippy and they're all funny. They all know what to do. But I feel like Zia was like the most natural. Like that was actually her. Where I was like Chris Pratt is just being Chris Pratt. Feels like
Being action hero Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And so she worked really well for me, and she also led up to that one of my favorite parts of the movie, which was getting blood out of the T-Rex.
Yeah. Is there anything we want to say about Franklin, or should we just move on? Because I have nothing to say about this guy.
I have something too.
I gotta admit, I cracked myself up both times when he disappears to be deck crew and then shows up in the lab with Henry Wu.
That's
just
okay.
suddenly in a different costume and everything, and he's just like, and
Go get me these vials.
Don't
That
just
is a
stand there.
great
It's over
joke.
there.
You have no idea how he wound up there from the boat or what he's been doing.
Yeah, I'm
that
okay
was
with
a
that.
great bit.
Yeah.
But
All right,
outside
that's
of
fair.
that, like, character was, it's fine.
No, I get what they're going for. He's a tech kid. He doesn't do well outdoors. He's paranoid. But goddamn, he just doesn't.
He's the guy. He's a nerdy guy. Like the ones from Big
I
Bang
get
Theory.
it. I get it. But we're nerdy guys.
Did you catch what he said?
Wait, what did he say?
Jesus, Ben, you got to listen.
He's a nerdy guy. Like the ones from Big Bang Theory.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't make sense. He does. My problem with that is he's that stereotype of the tech guy.
Shit.
That's okay.
Like so he I get what you're saying about Zia. Is that her name?
Zia? Yeah.
Zia.
Yeah.
Both of those characters left very little impression on me. But so did Owen and Claire. So he's 4 for
Right.
4.
I mean, like, I'm saying Zia, if she'd had more screen time, probably would have stood out more. But with what little she had, she tops above Owen and Claire for me as far as like a character I connect with.
Sure.
She had cool
Yeah,
tattoos.
but going back to Franklin, like the second he is on the plane and he's talking to Owen, Owen says, "Oh yeah, I rode a motorcycle with the pack of raptors," and he says, "We're not compatible." I instantly thought to myself, "I'm gonna hate this character for the rest of the movie, aren't I?"
I thought
I don't hate any of the characters. They're just there. They just exist. They don't feel like real people. They just kind of exist in this franchise, and they don't feel like Alan Grant or Ian Malcolm or
they're as well developed as your casual NPC.
Yeah.
And that's my fundamental problem with these last couple movies is like, I keep saying it. I go to Jurassic Park not for the dinosaurs because of those characters. Like I love seeing Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill and all those people. And it's just like they're like hollow people. And I'm just like when I don't connect to the characters, I don't care what great special effects you have. It's
I completely agree.
Yeah, but there are still some really really great shots in this movie.
I want to touch on the Macy.
Touch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Macy is revealed to be a clone.
Mm-hmm.
When did you guys figure it out?
I figured it out
just
when
then. I didn't think we were going down this route.
Same here.
I figured I know exactly when I figured it out, but I can't remember the exact
when they showed her the picture.
So I figured it out when he said earlier that he and Hammond had gone their separate ways, and then there's the scene in his room, and Macy tries to take a picture from the book, and they specifically focus on the shot of her trying to take the picture, and then the woman who tends to her tells
Iris.
Mills, I raised her, both of them. And I was like, oh, she's a clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a clone of the daughter.
And now I want to say, I felt that was, I always wondered if they would ever go down that route if they did any more Jurassic Park sequels. And I'm kind of happy they did. I don't think they executed well. Sorry, I'm choking on my own spit. I don't think they executed well, and actually, I don't think any of the ideas in any of these films are executed particularly well. But I do like the idea of cloning a person, because cloning a person is certainly easier than cloning a dinosaur.
It's not the point if it's easy though.
But that's what they're saying. That's what drove Lockwood and Hammond apart, is that he wanted to clone his daughter.
No. I like the idea of a human clone. I like that Macy was that. I like that that's what drove Lockwood and Hammond apart, because Hammond's whole thing is like, that's not the same, because it shows that Hammond looked at that as life and not the dinosaurs.
He looked at them
not
as attractions.
He didn't, right. And Lockwood is like, no, this is, and then Macy's decision later in the film makes that impact of that argument of like, are they life? Are they not? Blah. What does it mean to be human?
Yeah.
But it's not executed well. And what I meant by like, I don't like the way they did it in this movie is I really don't like that Mills has a whole like moment where he's got Owen and Claire dead to rights, and he's like, I'm going to explain what Macy is to you.
Villain speech.
Because if it needs to be obvious to everybody here for no good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
And it doesn't they don't expand on that idea with Macy enough.
That's the reason why I really don't like that she's a clone, because it's like, it's revealed that she's a clone. Okay, cool. We have to run away from the Indoraptor, and then they never speak of it again.
At the end of the film, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, because she's the one who lets the dinosaurs out.
True, which is a good move. And then when Sparkz brought that up, like, okay, that
By the
makes
way,
a little more
can I just
sense.
say, Pachycephalosaurus for the win.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not a Pachycephalosaurus.
What is it?
That is a Stiggy Moloch.
Stiggy. That's why his name's Stiggy. That makes sense.
He's not a Pachycephalosaurus.
He is not. He's
in the same family.
Like, you'd think of it like the same kind of breed, like a dog, but he is a Stiggy Moloch, not a Pachycephalosaurus. Just like there are different things than just a Triceratops. He is a Stiggy Moloch.
Good to know. This is why I didn't become a paleontologist.
So it's of course, like if they can create dinosaurs and clone dinosaurs, there's no reason they shouldn't clone humans. It's just
there's reasons why you shouldn't, but it's easier.
Yes, my thing is
you have a complete DNA strand, unlike a dinosaur.
Yes, my thing is like, I go to these movies and I want to see cool dinosaur stuff. Like once you start talking
I thought you go to see these movies because you want to see human emotion.
Not cloned humans though.
But this is introduce an interesting wrinkle. If done well,
it's just weird. It's just a weird. It is a weird wrinkle I never expected. It just doesn't. I don't want it. I don't want to see that there's more cloned people in these dinosaur movies.
As far as we know,
I don't think that's the intention. I don't think the
hope
intention
not.
is about like what they can do with human cloning. I think the intent of the idea was to have that. If she's considered life, should the dinosaurs be considered life? That's the argument that I think they are trying to go for. It's not done well.
Yes.
But I do think that's the purpose of having her.
That's why I like her.
Yeah.
That's why I like her, because she drives home the idea that, well, I'm alive. So they must be also alive.
So now where we're at, I want to talk about just the stuff before the island and then we can talk about the stuff after the island.
How much more is
in the
before
movie.
the island?
The two moments in particular that I want to talk about are why do we do Owen and Claire's getting together exactly the same as the movie before? It's exactly the same beats, and I'm like, just
he's just building something.
Like, why? Well, yeah, he's
Lazy.
He's being a man
Bad
outdoors,
writers.
and she's like, and they clearly had a romantic history, and I'm like, why did we do this beat in the first movie if we're just repeating it?
Yeah. And we even meet her in the same way in an elevator.
It's almost such a bad trope that I'm going to be upset if the third movie doesn't do it again.
Yeah, right.
That's how annoying it is. I'm like, if it doesn't start this way in the third movie too, then I hate this.
I had a problem with that scene because throughout this entire movie, you see how much Chris Pratt really cares for Blue. Before that, he's just like, no,
I have a problem with Blue.
I'm just gonna let Blue die. Whatever, it's fine. Like,
I
that's
hated that.
like an Avengers Star-Lord moment. Like, I don't believe you're the same person right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is like that came out of left field for me. Like, you really? Are you kidding me, dude? It's like your daughter almost, like your son. Like, what are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
I didn't like that moment either, where it's just to like sell that idea that he's not going to go with them, so that she's waiting for him, and like Trevorrow should not be writing these movies with Connolly, and I'm done.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
What was the other bit you wanted to talk about in the beginning? Was it just those?
So it is total emotional manipulation, but maybe you don't want to talk about it yet. But the moment where they're leaving the island with the Brachiosaurus.
Okay, I think this is actually a good time to bring up. Is there anything else we want to talk about on the island? Things on the island?
Yeah. I'm glad that they did a moment with the Brachiosaurus before that, when they were first pulling through the park, because it echoed the moment from Jurassic Park when Zia, and again, this is kind of why I like Zia, because I believed her when she saw the Brachiosaurus.
Yeah.
About how she was saying, I never thought I'd see one in real life, and she's almost crying. That's why I connected with her character.
Yep.
But that they echoed that moment because you need that moment of like wonder about seeing dinosaurs, and I thought that it was really nice that they recreated that, as specifically with the dinosaur from the first film that they see, and again that they use it effectively. Again, it's really heavy emotional manipulation, but with the Brachiosaurus.
I really like when the volcano is erupting. The one take of the gyrosphere and the water as they're sinking, and you see Chris Pratt trying to save them.
that was really
I think
cool.
that's a really cool.
That was good. It was really
scene.
well directed because there was no dialogue in that. That worked really
There's
well.
a couple really good one-shot takes. There's like one at the end that's also really good too. When they're like there's a statue and they keep hiding around the statue.
That's
cool. All one shot.
Yeah.
Like all the directing in this stuff is awesome. But when the people talk, I'm like, oh man.
I know there's a lot of times where he uses like the light flash to reveal a dinosaur, but I really like the one in the tunnel with that what was it called?
Baryonyx.
Where the Baryonyx is coming out, you could see like the teeth just like with lava slowly but surely dripping. I really liked that part.
They're really, really good. How did they catch the T-Rex while it was still awake?
I don't know. Magic?
They shot a 30 tranks. Who knows?
They lured it in with a goat because that's all it seems to eat.
I mean, I would have been fine if it was asleep, but it was clearly
awake.
And awake, and I'm like, "What is? Are you?"
When they're
kidding me?
loading the Baryonyx, I really like how the Baryonyx is trying to like just eat people as it's being craned away. I thought that was kind of.
I just
funny.
imagine it's like Family Guy or James Wood. It's like, ooh, a piece of candy, but it's a goat. Ooh, it's a goat. It's just a trail of goats. That's how they get it.
Yeah. Okay. So then I think we should talk about the bit that both times now has made me cry. Why?
I understand. It's a good shot.
Here's the thing. I don't think I understand why.
Because it's an emotional.
So Jurassic Park, I've said on the show before, is my favorite movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a film that heavily influenced every single career decision I've ever made, and watching the island be destroyed, watching the animals just die in the volcano and then dropping into the ocean was sad and hard for me as well. But the Brachiosaur crying to be saved was really hard for me to watch. And I cried as the lava engulfed her, and it was a really, really tough moment for me. And it's a beautiful moment, probably because there's no dialogue in it.
I think that because it is the first dinosaur we saw when we saw the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Because
it's meant to echo that moment, because you see her rear up in the light as the lava and smoke are coming upon her, just like she did the first time we saw her. Because it's all of that, because Giacchino's great with score, and because there's a little bit of the Jurassic Park theme behind it. Mm-hmm. But the heart of that moment, what it's doing and what it's telling you is everything that Hammond did with Jurassic Park, everything that he envisioned and what Jurassic Park was, that just died.
Yeah.
It's dying and it's dead on the island and it's not getting off the island. That old idea and look of what Jurassic Park is, that's dead now.
That makes me
sad.
sad.
There. It died there in that moment.
That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, I mean, it's hard to envision, like, if I guess you want to do 3 movies, you shouldn't, but sure.
Yeah.
What are you going to keep doing? Put them on that island over and over again?
Let's just keep trying this theme park idea. I'm sure it's going to work this time. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And they seem to be kind of like cherry picking what the initial idea for Jurassic Park 4 was going to be way back many years ago of like militarized dinosaurs. They seem to like cherry pick things and like rear up just a little bit onto the human hybrid thing, and they kind of like, no, maybe we won't do that.
Dude,
Right.
like, I know they weren't going to do it because I know we're past like the Jurassic 4 with dinosaurs and guns things. But like when they were talking
You
about,
asked me straight up, did they do it?
yeah, because like, dude, I was not, because like this movie has like a 50% Rotten Tomatoes. Like I was not ready. I didn't know what this movie was going to be. So I was ready for it to be just go down the stupid ass rabbit hole. I'm glad it didn't. I was just waiting when they're talking about Maisie. They're going to start talking about dinosaur stuff. And I was like, please don't. Oh, God. She's a clone. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. At least we're not Jurassic Park 4 territory. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
All right, so they get off the island.
And we get to the mansion
Lockwood.
with the really big garage.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
With a lab on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am
sure.
I the only person who thinks $5 million is a little low for an ankylosaurus?
That's
We
exactly.
said the same
I
thing.
turned to Brandon. I was like, $4 million for an ankylosaurus, dude. Like, I'll come up with that, dude. You kidding me?
Yeah, that's a little low.
So, I thought that the whole auction thing is kind of dumb.
I didn't like it. It's just like it reminded me of James Bond.
Someone put it to me in a way where I went, oh, you know what? Maybe. If you look at the auction as a P. Barnum auction where he's kind of selling them lies because he describes the ankylosaurus as having a living tank.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's not. It's not like having a living tank. It's not trained. You can't load people into it. You can't aim it or control where it goes. You just have to now find a place to put it. And I like the idea that maybe these were all, like, all the purchases that did happen were impulse buys, and now they've got a dinosaur and they got to get it home, and they're like, how am I going to feed this thing?
Yeah, like, what
Where
do
am
I do?
gonna put it? What was I doing? Like, their wives are upset that they did this, that kind of thing.
Is that a dinosaur? Why do you have a dinosaur in our front yard?
Honey, the kids love dinosaurs.
You spent how much on an ankylosaurus?
Only
oh my,
$4 million. It was a steal, honey. I
oh
swear.
my God, Richard.
Right, and it's Mills selling this idea that it's like, oh, it's so great to have these dinosaurs. You can use them for this, you can use them for that, but it's all just fluff. And when I look at the auction that way, if I look at it as this auction of lies, I'm like, okay, I kind of am
yes,
on board.
that sounds great. If they would have presented it in that way,
Yes.
I know.
I would have
know.
loved it.
I know.
I can't
and
make
the
up
problem is that
movies.
they don't commit to
Yeah.
that. No,
I
know.
like Claire's little speech. Her little bit when she's like, "Do you remember the first time you saw a dinosaur?" I think that's a really cute speech.
Yeah.
I
It's
like,
a great speech.
like credit where credit is due.
I wish I
think
didn't
that's
see
good
a lot
one.
of this in the trailer, man, because those two trailers, they didn't give away a lot, but like I saw a lot of the good shots that I didn't
Yeah.
want to see, man.
So my thing is, oh yeah, okay. So
Oh yeah,
they're spending all this money to get all these guys to go get these dinosaurs so they can sell them for an auction. And you're seeing the numbers rack up as they're selling these dinosaurs. And I'm like, I mean, they're making money, but are they really making as much money as they spent trying to get the dinosaurs?
they spent $800 million paying off people who were injured.
Maserati did.
Yeah, okay, Maserati, sure.
Which is different. But like they're still
Yeah.
spending all these resources to go get the dinosaurs
Maybe they
and then trying to sell them. Now, like if the Ankylosaurus had sold for like $50 million by itself, I'd get it. It sold for $5 million. I'm like, are you really making back a profit on this?
Can I
Because the whole thing that Mills says in the movie is like, this is our little starter fund for our other project, to make more money with this thing. And I'm like, what is happening?
Where are you getting all this money? Can I real quick, watching the news broadcast in the beginning where they talk about the Maserati paying $800 million, which is a lot of money. One on the little the news thing on the bottom,
The ticker.
The ticker. One of the lines says, "U.S. president denies existence of dinosaurs."
That was a shot.
Yeah, that's a thing. I believe.
I read that.
I believe that.
I'm pretty sure that was a shot.
I just want to say, don't give me that. Don't do that. I don't care.
Specifically because that's just like a political thing. Jurassic Park's been around for 25 years. we know about dinosaurs.
These animals have existed
Yeah.
and have been certainly in the public consciousness since San Diego in '97.
100%. There was a T-Rex in San Diego.
Yes.
Give me a break.
There was an opening. It was an open park for 10 years.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Also, real quick, just a problem I have with again, we're talking about a bad script, but a problem I have with the whole plan is why did Mills wait this long to get to just get Owen and Claire on the island? I understand, like, they just wanted them there for when the volcano erupts as a script thing, but it's like, it doesn't make sense why they send them to get Blue when it's like so close to erupting. Why wouldn't they have brought them in to capture Blue way earlier?
Oh.
Can we talk about Blue for a second?
Yeah.
Yes, real quick, on the island, I forgot to mention, there's a scene where Chris Pratt's paralyzed, and he does this stupid Wolf of Wall Street, like, mangle over a tree while lava's coming to him.
Did you see him touch the lava?
Yeah. If I wanted to watch a Three Stooges movie, I'd watch a Three Stooges movie.
He touched lava.
Yeah, you saw lava fly up. I'm like, dude, your hand is burned.
I thought the bubble burst, like it was just a bubble, and it popped at the same time that his hand flew up.
It could be. It looked to me like he touched it.
I thought that scene was really silly, and I didn't like it.
I like the Jurassic Park Jeep there.
I like the Jeep there as well, but also I didn't
don't-
like how a random Triceratops cousin just shows up, licks him, bees gross for a half second, and then walks away because here comes the lava, and Chris is like,
it felt a little
shit.
Jurassic Park 3 like.
It's like, oh shit,
Brandon,
I gotta move.
Yes, Ben.
you wanted to talk about
Yes.
Blue.
Thank you. Yeah. So Blue, in the first movie, would have eaten Chris Pratt.
In a heartbeat.
Like the only reason, there is a tenuous relationship between the Raptors and Chris Pratt. And Blue
I don't agree.
Blue is just as tenuous in her relationship with Chris Pratt as the other Raptors. Maybe not as, but certainly towards the end, when it becomes a monster movie, whatever. But certainly in the beginning, like there's respect, but they are.
It's like training a lion.
It's training a lion. Like they are wild animals, and they would have. If Chris Pratt, like the whole in the beginning, like when the clip of Training Blue was like, if I show weakness, Blue like cuddles me. No. Like they presented Blue in this film as a genetic anomaly, in which they didn't do in the first film, and it felt like they were just turning Blue into an attack dog, which I didn't appreciate because she is a velociraptor, and they are dangerous animals.
I think they were just kind of turning her into a superhero.
Yeah, I don't appreciate
Marketing,
that.
baby.
Because behind the scenes, I don't like that sort of thing because it's one of those things like turning your villain into a hero, because Raptors have been historically the villains of each Jurassic Park film.
Live
Like
long
in
enough.
Jurassic Park 1, the T-Rex comes in and eats a velociraptor.
Jurassic Park 2, there's an entire sequence where they're trying to kill Ian Malcolm. Jurassic Park 3, they go for the eggs. Whatever. Jurassic Park 3 is dumb. But Jurassic World, Blue saves Chris Pratt, sure, but Blue is not an attack dog. And I don't really like the whole like, okay, Blue.
I didn't see her as an attack dog though.
Really? Why? Explain.
I just, it wasn't like it was something where he summoned her in Fallen Kingdom to attack for him.
It just really felt off to me that Blue all of a sudden was this kind of emotionally empathetic raptor who loves Chris Pratt.
Like, hey, the Indoraptor's about to eat the guy who raised me. I'm going to attack the Indoraptor.
oh no, my mommy. Like, no, I'm not into that.
I do agree with you. I think they put a little more emphasis on like this being like an anomaly than just like the first movie where this is a really well trained raptor.
Yeah,
like
I don't mind a really well trained raptor.
Totally, but like then they're like, oh, like this is a special raptor, and that's why we need the special raptor to help with.
Yeah,
our
I don't
Indoraptor.
care. I'm not there for that. I don't want a special raptor. I like the whole like if
But
I
you
show
gotta sell toys, dude.
if I show weakness, this raptor attacks me. That's what all the raptors should do.
Yeah.
I don't totally agree with all this thinking. This is a lot like anyone who has trained a pack of wolves will tell you. Like, there's an alpha, you become the alpha, there's the beta. The beta is the one who has the closest relationship with the alpha. The rest of them don't. Any beta animal, they did make her into, the comparison is strong between a dog, but I wouldn't call her an attack dog. But it's just like a pack of wolves. The beta will connect, and usually it's because there's an empathetic connection built between the alpha and the beta. It doesn't change the fact that the wolf can still be dangerous, but it does mean that the beta has a respectable relationship with the alpha. And when they're young, they have more care for their alpha than when they're older. They'll show more empathy and sympathy. Like this is animal stuff. This is not. I don't feel like that's BS to me. I understand what you're saying because it's not as present as an idea in Jurassic World, and I agree with that. Although I will say that like it is a little bit of a heel turn into Fallen Kingdom to make her that, but I didn't mind it because I'm like, that's a lot how I look at my dog. That's making me really care about this raptor. That's how I see it. It's not that far-fetched.
I think here's the thing. Okay, I liked what they did in Jurassic World, the tenuous relationship that he has with these raptors. These raptors, if he shows weakness, they will attack, but they do respect him, and they won't until they get a new alpha in the Indominus. But I don't think I just like hero raptors. I don't think I'm here for hero raptors. I like raptors as vicious monsters, the things that you're supposed to run away from. I don't need to see.
I don't need a tag team.
Yeah, I don't need a tag team. And like the fight with the raptor and the Indominus is cool. Hell, it's dumb, but I like the fight with the T-Rex, the Indominus Rex, and Blue. I think that's cool. Although dumb in context.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Sparkz, and like it's not present enough to warrant what I feel is a pretty big heel turn in Fallen Kingdom.
That's fine. I mean, if you don't like the idea, then you don't like the idea, and that's one thing. For me, it totally worked because if the intention is in Fallen Kingdom to make you empathize with the dinosaurs, which it does feel like it's trying to do, is to make you empathize with the dinosaurs, and no movie really has done that as much as this one has.
That's true.
Blue's a big part of what makes that succeed. And again, like I'd be lying if I didn't say like there are scenes with Blue where I'm like, that I'm feeling for my dog very directly and personally. They're pulling that string. It's working.
And perhaps it is just my prejudice against these animals, specifically the raptors.
They're murderers.
Well, I like the Rex. I like all the, but every movie has taught me to fear the raptors. Even Jurassic World, to an extent, is like, you should be afraid of them. They will kill you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But this one is like, oh no, Blue won't kill you. Blue's a good dinosaur. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Let's move off on that. Unless you guys have something to say about Blue, we just move on to a different subject.
Yeah, they kind of turn her into a hero raptor.
You don't always have to say something, you know.
Okay, then.
If he wants to, let him
No, if you do. I just don't want you to feel obligated
I agree,
to say
but
something.
the thing is, it did not bother me as much as it bothered you. Like, even when I was looking at the first Jurassic Park, I saw the T-Rex coming in as kind of like the hero because, hey, the T-Rex is saving...
No, the T-Rex is the hero of the movie, absolutely.
Is rescuing Grant and Ellie and the kids from the raptors.
Yeah.
And then later on, like even Jurassic World, where, the raptors will go up and attack Owen without a heartbeat, but then Blue eventually does it.
She's still a wild animal. She's still
of course,
murderer.
I mean, they kind of played the scene with, they maybe laid it on a little bit thick in this movie.
Maybe if they didn't lay it on so thick, I'd be more okay with it.
But it doesn't really bother me all that much. I mean, I still get, because Blue still doesn't go with Owen at the end of the movie. She still says peace out and runs, and she's like, I'm not going to eat you. You're cool. I just don't want to be caged again. And she goes into the woods. Yeah. And then she goes over Westlake Village. And
which, by the way, that's a problem. There's a raptor in a suburban area. Someone needs to get on this.
People are going to die.
I like the Indoraptor more than Indominus, or the Indominus Rex.
Yeah. You don't like
I do too.
You didn't like the abilities that the Indominus Rex
Well,
could
I just
have.
think they're silly. Like I understand, like you add all these things, like unexpected things happen, but like you don't need a dinosaur to go camouflage in a theme park.
To explain that in the movie, you don't, and Masrani didn't want that. Dr. Wu did that.
Yeah.
No, I know, but he's saying like just as a script point, it's
you don't
stupid.
even that's stupid. You don't even need that. Yeah, but like
because they use it twice.
But that's why I like the bit where Masrani is talking to Dr. Wu, was like, what would I have used for a dinosaur that could do that? I don't. I just want. And Dr. Wu was like, you wanted this, I gave you this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Wu's just crazy.
That's why I like that bit. What else should we get into?
No, I have something to say about the Endoraptor.
Yeah, sorry.
Endoraptor is cool. I do like it, especially how they straight up make it into a weapon.
How psychotic it is.
Yeah. It showed up way too late in the movie. Way too late.
I did expect it to show up a little earlier, but I don't know if I have a problem with it.
That was my thing, because
I think I might disagree on this one as well.
Because for me, when I see Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, I could probably split this movie into two separate movies. The fact of them trying to get the dinosaurs off the island, and the whole mess with the Endoraptor in the mansion.
I feel like they're two not fully formed movies that they were hoping to put together and make a fully formed film, because there's no version of either of those stories that makes 2.5 hours.
But to me, it just seems like
Sparkz,
these two
you're
movies
looking concerned. Do you want to rebuttal?
I just the Indoraptor, I think, any more than it already was. Okay, I don't like hybrid dinosaurs.
Okay.
I don't care for the Indominus Rex to begin with, and I don't care for the concept of the Indoraptor either. I like the Indoraptor better, but I only liked it as the fact that it was literally supposed to, in the concept of this film, you are supposed to look at the dinosaurs as actually empathetic animals. This thing is a monster.
Yes.
But dinosaurs aren't monsters anymore. That's how I know that's a different perspective than we've been given in the past, Brandon, but that's the change.
No, I want to.
That this movie is trying to do.
I want to be clear about something.
Wait, just one sec. And for the Indoraptor, I feel like if it's like any good, monster movie, horror movie. If you show too much of the monster's not scary. And if the Indoraptor had been in it anymore, not that the Indoraptor scared me, but like if you had been in it anymore, it would have ruined the effect of the Indoraptor in full.
I want to be clear on something. I tend to get overly emotional about a certain topic at a certain point. That does not mean
Teletubbies.
Oh, those triple. That does not mean that it is my end all be all. Like this is the thing that's gonna keep me up at night. So the Raptors thing. Like I totally agree that. But I like the perspective that we're seeing in this film of these empathetic dinosaurs. We're supposed to look at them, and I actually like hybrid dinosaurs in concept, but not in execution. I don't think they've executed them well, but I like the idea of it's the next step of our hubris. It's the next step of, hey, we need something to be scarier.
See, my whole version, if I somehow had a crazy version of what a sequel would be, it wouldn't be more genetic doing that. It would be like, hey, we're gonna domesticate dinosaurs, and you're gonna have a small raptor in your house, and somehow there's like a chip in all of them that goes wrong, and there's just dinosaurs running amok. That's a sequel I'd see.
That's actually more kind of where I would expect it to go rather than hybrid dinosaurs myself.
Sure.
Instead of just like, hey, let's combine a T-Rex and a raptor.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like these movies are.
And cuttlefish and snake and
that's
whatever.
what I feel these movies are. Sorry guys.
But that goes back to, I think both of these films have good ideas. Like again, I like hybrid dinosaurs. I like training raptors. I like empathetic dinosaurs. I like clones, seeing clones as real life.
I want an evil engine.
I like a park open. I like the island exploding. I like every idea presented in these movies. I want to be clear, I do.
Just not done well.
But they are not done well.
Yeah.
And they are done so poorly that it makes each one of those ideas half-assed and they don't work.
You know whose fault this is?
Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't always have to whisper, buddy.
I know, but like I feel like he's listening.
Why would you whispering?
That's the whole. I know.
I really don't like that Owen and Claire are like dead to rights by the bad guys 3 times in this movie.
Oh my god!
And they just don't do anything about it. Like I'm like, you have shown that you are the people who would just shoot him. I don't know why you're not shooting him. Mm-hmm. Just shoot him.
There's a dude.
If you're already saying they burnt up on the island, why are they not dead?
Just
what was the dinosaur with the
villain
club?
monologue?
What was the dinosaur with the club on his head again?
Stiggy?
Stiggy
Molly. There's a dude who like the slowest I've ever seen lift his gun up as Chris Pratt is running to him, and you can tell it's like, oh, Chris Pratt's not that fast. Be slow. And that kind of bugged me.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like the scene where both Claire and Owen were in the cage. It's like, dude,
just shoot him.
Yeah, shoot him.
Or
feed him
when
to the
he captures
Indoraptor.
them with Macy. When he captures them with Macy, shoot him. Why are you explaining that shoot him and take the girl?
Villain monologue.
Why do you even want the girl? What is the...
Yeah,
She's a clone.
Why do you want the girl? So at the end of the film, the dinosaurs escape. What do you feel about that?
Whatever.
Yeah. So I want to ask, like, where do we think a 6th movie could go? Because I didn't think where any of these films could go. They've presented these ideas, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but they haven't been done well. So where's the next film? What's the next film?
Jurassic Park 6: The Rise of Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Screw you.
That's like 100 years in the future. I want to hear.
I am
first.
into the idea of something that is like Turok as a live action film franchise. I'm totally about it. I don't want it to be Jurassic Park films. I don't want that as Jurassic Park films. That's never what I've wanted.
You end up bastardizing
my
the Jurassic
whole
Park.
thing is my whole thing is, okay, first off, was Ian Malcolm in court twice, or was
No.
that just the same session?
the
And then he said Jurassic World, and he's like, it's Jurassic World. And
He's
it's
wearing
like,
the
nothing's
same
happened
outfit.
yet.
I think we're supposed to believe it's twice, but it was
Right.
filmed
It's
once.
It's the same. It's the same court session because everyone is in the same spots and it's
Yeah.
the same people.
Yeah, no, that pissed me off. Anyway,
Dude, he's in the trailer more than he is in the movie. Like,
I
in
wish they
terms of-
hadn't shown.
Yeah,
I wish they hadn't shown.
so you share that with Jay Boyana. Bayona.
Yeah.
yeah.
Even Colin Trevorrow has said, like, the marketing for this movie was really too much. They showed way too much.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like, I did want to bring that point up. The marketing killed this movie
Seriously.
for me. Like, I think I would have enjoyed many more things if the marketing hadn't ruined so much of it.
Yeah.
The marketing was really terrible. Anyway, the end of the movie. So my personal opinion is, I don't remember if we've talked about it actually on the podcast before, but I kind of wish that the Jurassic World trilogy had the first movie be with a fully functioning park and not had the park fall apart. And then it had been about something else, like trying to steal DNA samples from the island, and there's just dinosaurs in the background, but it's about characters. And then the second film had been about the park falling apart, and then the third film had been this. And I think this ending is a better ending for the end of the trilogy, because I do not have confidence in most people, let alone Colin Trevorrow, but most people, to be able to tell the story that would have to happen next well.
Yeah.
Because it's so open, near Planet of the Apes style, that I just don't have any faith
Ryan,
for them to do it well.
Yeah.
Ryan, you mentioned that what, like
So at the end of this movie,
20 dinosaurs made it out?
So like,
More than that.
okay, so Sparkz, I'm confused. How many dinosaurs are now in the wild? It's not thousands.
They said 11
Roughly-
species.
Roughly 35 dinosaurs.
Okay.
And I'm talking like, every little Compsognathus,
Yeah.
and I'm talking some of the ones that
Yeah.
got sold and
So-
were already living in containers. The Pteranodons, the Mosasaurus.
My thing that I'm worried
The
about.
mosasaur is the biggest, like,
What the hell?
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they showed in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's the end of the movie. Man, I'm really worried that, like you said, this is going to be a like Planet of the Apes situation where they're just going to ignore a lot of things and just jump like 5 years in the future. And there's like dinosaurs everywhere, and Owen and Claire have to get back together and put a stop to this once and
But
for
how
all.
would the dinosaurs get everywhere?
Dude, I don't know.
Well,
Because
Maybe-
like you said, there's only
clones.
one T-Rex.
yeah, the clones. There's more clones.
Well,
they
I mean,
introduced cloning.
Okay, so Colin Trevorrow has said that, like, the shot where we see the DNA case being closed that has DNA samples in it, because that's in that montage too.
Yes.
That's supposed to imply that there are even more people, that Mills also sold off some just base DNA samples, so people are going to start making dinosaurs. And that's supposed to be the idea behind it.
We're gonna have dinosaurs in like the black market, and we're just gonna have dinosaurs everywhere.
But my point being, like, think about it. If that had been the, like, regardless of how not great this movie was or the movie before it, the end being dinosaurs are now out in the world with man is a great way to just leave it to your imagination. It would have been a great end to the Jurassic World
Hell
trilogy.
yeah.
But the fact that we're gonna have another, I'm like, there's almost no way you're gonna do this well.
Especially with Colin Trevorrow coming back.
I want it to go Dinotopia myself. I want them to just
Oh,
start like
dude.
domesticating all their dinosaurs
Yeah.
and like creating a society based around living with dinosaurs.
Dinotopia is dope, dude.
Dinotopia is great.
Yeah.
All right, should we get into final thoughts?
I feel like I have more to bag on, but I don't want to be honest, because I feel bad.
Yeah.
We're running a little long.
Yeah.
So why don't you, Ryan, final thoughts?
Man, I think there are some really, really
And rate it.
I think there are some really impressive shots that were
I always forget. We've been doing this for 100 episodes. How did I always forget?
really impressive shots that are one completely ruined by the trailers because I saw almost all of them except for a couple of those one-shot scenes. But man, like I went in this movie hoping it would be something different, and I kind of got almost exactly what I thought it was going to be, except for some weird like clone stuff or whatever. That's fine, that's cool. But like you said, Sparkz, like ending on this note, like if this were the end of the trilogy, I'd be like, oh, this is cool. It's just open. But now I'm just like, I have no thoughts that they can pull this off whatsoever. So I'll give this I'll give it a 6.5.
All right, Ben.
Parts of it were really, really cool. The opening sequence was awesome, especially when the T-Rex came, had the ladder. I thought it was safe. Then up pop goes the mosasaur.
I like that.
Yeah, that's. I knew they weren't safe. And then I just have a lot of problems with it. I still feel like the Endoraptor showed up a little too late. Granted, it may have, if it was longer, maybe I would think differently. But the horse stuff, the Endoraptor, was really good. But I still feel like these two movies were squished together in the one, And yeah, this ending is like, what goes happen? You can't call it Jurassic World or Jurassic Park anymore. There's no park. It's
Jurassic
dead.
Planet.
No.
It has to be Jurassic World.
I know.
So this still isn't the worst.
That'll be the next trilogy.
Oh shit. This still isn't the
That could be cool. if it's
Dinosaurs in
somebody else.
space.
No. Jurassic Planet, and it's all like everywhere, and
Yeah.
it's like Planet of the Apes, like way in the future kind of deal, and someone else is doing it. I could be into it.
Dinosaurs with guns.
Sorry, go ahead, Ben. My bad.
But it's not the worst Jurassic Park movie, thank God. But still, it's not that great. 6.
6. Sparkz.
I think there were a lot of really cool ideas that that are at the core of it. There are ambitious thoughts. It's definitely the most bold as far as its choices of any of the Jurassic Park films, and I respect it for that. But it doesn't commit to them hard enough. It's really well directed. It's got some amazing shots. As a person who went into it based off the first one, just looking to have a fun time with dinosaurs again, it mostly succeeds. There's a lot of things that make me nervous, and I think chief among them, I'm just in no way at all hopeful about the next one, and that bums me out. That bums me out really, really heavily.
Yeah.
So, but I respect its choices. I guess I'd give it a 6.5.
I echo everything you guys said. I think we're all in agreement for the most part. Yeah, I would think 6.5. I think it feels about right for me as well. So before we get into some comments, rank it now. Now, where would you rank with 5? Ryan.
Same order, but I'll put 5 in front of 4.
Okay.
So yeah.
Ben.
I would put 5 after 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
After 4, before 3.
So it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 3.
Yeah.
Sparkz.
I think I'd put 5 before 4 also, only because I think the story elements are better because there's almost no story in 4, but I like the dinosaur action in 4 more, so it's hard.
Sure.
But I think 5 probably goes before 4.
I think I would put 5 before 4 as well. So
I like the horror stuff a lot in this movie, actually.
So we got some comments before we get out of here. From Instagram, I can't pronounce this handle. Richard.
Oh, Richard, yeah.
Richard C.
Richard.
Quotes, "It was so much fun. I love the survival horror aspect of the mansion bits. I love the Brachiosaurus on the dock moment." He put an emoji. And all the throwbacks to previous films. Part 6 is going to be freaking bonkers, and I'm here for it. All caps! Exclamation point.
I'm glad he can enjoy it.
Why did Macy run into her bedroom?
Oh, I
Hide in
hate
the bed.
that.
I hated that moment.
Yeah, the blanket is
Sorry.
going to save you.
Guys, this is my biggest problem. So the Endoraptor, he's
We're
out.
not done.
He's okay. He's on the roof. It's pouring rain. He's sniffing around, right? He has super senses, right? He has better senses than normal,
Yeah.
right? So through the rain, through a building, he's able to find the girl. When they're in that statue and they're going around, he can't smell that they're 1 foot in front of them. Are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
they should have been dead so many times. If this is a super predator, like that 11-year-old girl should have been dead.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I have to admit, I really do like the shot when the lights turn back on, and then Maisie sees her reflection, and then you see the Endoraptor's teeth.
good shot.
That was
Yeah,
a really
dude.
cool
Like
shot.
I said, good shots. From Facebook, Wednesday Brooks, old friend. I know it's been 65 million years, but that one scene had me crying about dinosaur extinction like it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she means the Brachiosaur on the dock moment.
No.
All right, that'll do it.
Wait. I actually have 2 things.
Ooh,
All right,
do it.
2 things.
One,
I will allow
yeah.
it.
One is we were talking about Colin Trevorrow earlier, and I wanted to talk about his comments about the next film because he's saying someone asked about legacy characters, and he's like, "Well, I think Ellie Sattler needs to be a big part of the next one."
No.
because she was never a big part. She never had her own Jurassic World movie, and he's like. And then his quote went on to be something along the lines, I don't have it in front of me, but he went on to say, yeah, I really think she needs to be a major player. I think that's really needed in identity now by the culture. Basically saying, I want to put her in because,
She's a lady?
people want women in lead roles and everything. Yes. Trevorrow.
Hey,
Anyway.
how about you just do it and say you're going to do it?
All right, and the second comment?
The second is I want to talk about a little theory that someone shared with me, which makes me really nervous because I think it could be true. Macy's mom is said to have been killed in a car accident, and it's said more than once. And then there's that moment that they really wanted to hit. Maybe it's not for this. Maybe it is, where it's like, did my mom ever visit the park? And he's like, yes, one time. And my friend our friend actually, Matt, who knows Stephen King stuff really well. Not as well as Ben, but
Maybe one day.
anyway, Matt Ferranti, he had a theory that perhaps
I think I know where you're going with this.
The mom was killed in a dinosaur incident, and when they got the DNA from the mom's body, it also had dinosaur DNA, and so Macy is in fact a dino-human hybrid clone.
No, that's what I don't want.
I know that's not what I don't want either.
Oh my
but I was
God.
like, oh my god, all the pieces are there. This is not.
This is going to be
great.
like Alien Resurrection, where she's part alien.
I would hate that.
Oh my god! And she's going to be able to speak to the rappers and be able to.
You know exactly what the fear is.
Dude,
Yeah.
I swear, if that happens, I'm just not going to see this movie.
All right, that'll do it for our Jurassic World review. So I went a little long there.
It's okay. Our news ran short.
Just watch Jurassic Park over and over and
Just
over again.
stick with the first and second one, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our next segment, the book club.